Welcome to High Flyers. I guess you can call this the A-B test. Yesterday A, today it's B. Anybody that's in flight A and is here, you need to be in the other place. You're in the wrong place. My name is Paul Ramponi. I'm judging today with Greg Emlinger from Ohio HRC. We have a land test set up for you. Got a little goose hunt. I'm going to go over gun safety for you, and then Greg's going to cover the objectives and mechanics of the test. Okay? In HRC, we use the 870 pump shotgun. There'll be a release lever on the bottom that actually moves the slide. We have a safety here. When it shows red at any time, it's in an unsafe position. It's ready to fire. So what we're looking for is a shotgun to be, when you're finished, with no red showing, in a safe position, and the action's open. This is the dangerous part of the shotgun, is the muzzle. Anytime you're running it, we don't want to point it at the dog. We don't want it pointed at anybody or anything that it can possibly injure. When you're on your bucket and you're running your dog, for instance, I'll use this bucket instead of the other. You're going to come up here and you're going to load your shells. When the bird comes out, we'd like you to shoot the bird at the top of the arc, shoulder the bird, gun, shoot at the top of the arc, rack your gun, move to the next one. We're not looking for anybody to bring the gun down and move the dog, because when the gun's down, you can have a tendency where you can shoot the dog. Okay, so we're looking for you to shoot up here, rack the gun, move to your next bird. If you move it down like this, we're going to have to get you for a gun safety warning. Okay, if you have 2 gun safety warnings, you'll be out. If you have multiple dogs and you were out, those dogs will also need to be run by somebody else, and the dog you're running at that time would be out. Just be safe, that's all. We'll watch you, we'll try to remind you as much as we can. When you're finished with your test, make sure the action's open, safety's on. Put it back in the rack. We like lots of times for you to say, my gun is safe. That'll be fine. Okay? Any questions on gun safety or the use of the gun? Anybody need to look at the gun before you run? Okay.
Does anybody have their own gun?
If you have your own gun and you want to use it, just bring it up and we'll switch it out and give it back to you when you leave.
Yep.
All right. Go ahead,
Okay.
Greg.
All right. Thanks everybody for coming out today. Looks like we're going to have a nice day. Maybe we get out of this field before it gets real hot. So we'll just go over the mechanics of the test real quick. We're going to have everybody park over along the side. I see we've only got a few handlers here right now, but we're going to have holding blinds lined up down the edge of this woods here. Just try to always make sure we got somebody in this front one here, okay? Because we do have an honor at this portion of our test, so we'd like to keep it rolling as good as we can. What we're going to do, we're going to call you out of this last holding blind. We're going to ask for your number and call name and stuff, and we want you to come out of that holding blind, and we'll put a ribbon on the ground here, probably right about in this area here. We're going to have you come off lead, all right? You're going to have an honor dog sitting on this first bucket, so we want you to walk out in front of that dog. We don't want to create any confrontations there, and make sure you give that honor dog plenty of room and proceed over to the working bucket. Once you're at the working bucket and you're all settled in, you're going to load 3 shells, okay? Honor dog and the working dog will shoot at the first bird. First bird is going to come out from this holding blind on the right. It's going to land right out here, approximately 28-30 yards right in front of us, okay? Second bird is going to come out of the middle holding blind. It's going out pretty much flat. That lands at about 55-60 yards. Okay? Third bird is going to come out from the holding blind down along the wood line. It's going to go left to right. That one's going to land about 100-105 yards. Okay, pick them up in any order. This is the memory and marking portion of your test. So what we're looking for here is the dogs to mark all 3 falls, proceed directly to the area, establish a hunt, deliver the bird to hand. Okay, once you have that done, good point. Thanks, Paul. Forgot the diversion. After your dog picks up the last mark, whichever order they pick those marks up in, you will be getting a diversion from right here also. You will shoot that diversion. We will remind you that you have a diversion coming, okay? once you've picked up that also, you will proceed to run your blind. You can run your blind from right in front of the chair here. I don't know if you can all see the stake out here. There's a small stake with a pink ribbon on it. It's right in between that tree and that bush. That's at about 90 yards. Okay, this is the control portion of your test. We're looking for you and your dog to work together as a team. Stay with your dog. Handle them all the way to the blind. You know, don't stop. Don't get down there and get downwind and let the dog suck into it on set. Handle your dog all the way to the bird. Okay. Once you have picked up your blind, you will receive the dog at the working bucket. Make sure you put all your birds in the bucket so we can keep this line clean. You'll proceed over to the honor bucket, and from there we will call in the next dog. Once that dog has picked up or shot all 3 marks and left to pick up one of those marks, we will release your dog when we feel it is safe. Okay, just in case the working dog decides to pick up this short go, we might have you sit and wait until he picks that up and comes back and leaves for the next one. Okay? Any questions? All right. Let's have a test dog.
Best thing I can say to you all is just run your dog, let us judge it, and be relaxed.
Quiet.
Okay?
Heel.
You look like you knew where you were going, Janet. You've done that before. All right.
Quiet.
It'd help if we open the bag for you, huh?
3 shouts, correct?
Load 3.
Load 3.
Sit.
Take your time.
Quiet.
Take your time.
Quiet.
We're not in a hurry.
Nope. Not a race. Nice and easy.
Chair option. You're able to stand.
I would rather have you sit.
I'm going to just mouth quack. You got your call?
Honor dog ready?
You were ready.
Thoroughbird 1. Thoroughbird 2. Thoroughbird 3.
Heel. Gun is open and safe.
Thank you.
One more thing. Try not to kick the safety off of the gun until the bird
Until the
appears.
bird's in the air.
Once you see a bird, that's when you'll normally do that. Hey.
We might have to wait, Paul, on the way back from the blind for the diversion. That's going to be awful short. That gives us that option, though.
Well,
That's how she picked them up in a different order.
no, you're fine. Why don't we just throw it on the blind every time?
Okay.
We're going to throw a diversion on a blind every time. That way, in case we have some little close bird or something, we don't have to mess with it. We'll just throw it on a blind every time.
That's the first time a dog picked him up in that order.
Yeah, but no. On the way back from the blind.
Okay. Heel.
Give you more time to relax.
You have to shoot your blind.
No.
That's essentially what this shot was for, to just set up your blind.
Where do you stand to run the blind?
Right in front of the bucket there.
Yeah.
In front of the chair.
So right here and two.
That's it.
Bring it heel. Leave it. Sit.
Janet. Janet. Janet.
Hold for your
She
diversion.
went in hunt mode again.
Get ready for your diversion. I'm going to tell you when to throw it. Now.
Heel. Leave it. Open and safe. Sit.
If you're not sure where to stand when you run your blind, the
Pick
gun
here.
stand's not going to move. Stay on the left side of the gun stand. Anywhere on the left side of the gun stand.
So that been a pass ball to the left? Just drop it.
Somewhere. Close? No.
Now it went past. What'd she do wrong
Out of control on the blind.
on the blind?
Questions? Let's line them up. Let's roll them. When you look in your rule book, you'll see things that say in started, hyperactivity, wildness, jumping about, lethargy are all undesirable traits of the hunting retriever. So to get here, that's already been out of your system. When we talk about a dog walking at heel or creeping, those type of things, had some people yesterday really weren't sure about what a control break actually is. From a season level on, give you an example. I'm sitting here with my dog, and a bird comes out, and my dog starts to go, and I go, no, here. Anytime I stop that forward progress, that's a control break, okay? It's not necessarily a failure and finish. It may be a failure, but so you know exactly what a control break is. If we happen to say, we got you for a control break, that you know those are the things you cannot do. A lot of people run other things and you can't talk at all, so it's not really an issue. We allow people to talk, but we want them to understand that when you talk might be an important part to it. Creeping of a dog. Anytime the dog is past the gun barrel, we consider that creeping. Okay? The dog should never be past the muzzle of the gun barrel. From the season level on, you must re-heel that dog before you can send it. And we're going to have the same thing in finished. So anytime you bring your gun barrel up like this and you shoot the marks, when you shot that last mark and you can tell that dog sitting out here past the gun barrel, we need you to re-heel him. We would rather not say re-heel your dog, we'd rather you do it. So if you think you're in doubt, re-heel your dog. But if you don't and you send him, we're still going to say re-heel your dog. It's going to be a lot harder to bring him back. Okay? So I'm just trying to give you the hints of what goes on and what we're looking for as far as a dog being steady here. Okay? Any questions on any of that I covered? All right. All right. Good. Hey, come on down when you're ready. Yeah. Heel.
Right here. Here. Not you. One of everyone. That's Eileen's fault. Here.
You have to edit that part out.
Oh no, that's staying in.
Therapy dog. Sit down. Heel. Sit. Sit.
All right, let's get serious. I'm marking all this stuff now.
Sit. Back up. Sit. Sit. No bird. Ready?
Throw bird one.
For a bird 2. For a bird 3.
Heel. Open and safe.
Honor your
Open
cue.
and safe. Yeah.
coming up behind the blind.
Here.
Okay, let's put him on a bird. That's where he thinks it is.
Heel. Or him on this way.
On the blind.
Persian.
issues and so forth. Other ones are coming back, and we want to do the nice little water test today. We'll see how it goes. For our test, we got a winger hide here behind us. That's where you'll come to, but you don't have to be in that hide until the dog's coming back from the blind. You know, so try to find yourself what limited amount of shade or something you might want, and then as long as you're in there when we need a dog. Okay, from that holding blind, our mechanics of the test is going to be, we're going to call for a dog. You're going to come out of the blind. You can take your lead off in the blind. You can take your lead off outside the blind. We don't care. We're looking for you to bring your dog up at finish control. Walk up here. There's only going to be one dog. Come to this bucket. All right, we're going to try bird one. Okay, pick it up. Okay, so once you get to the bucket, we're going to have 3 birds come out. You're going to blow the duck call. You're going to load 2 shells. Just to be clear, you're going to load 2 shells. First bird comes out, you're going to shoot twice at that bird. You're then going to reload 2 more shells. Bird 2 is going to come out. Bird 3 is going to come out. Pick them up in any order, and then you run the blind. The blind's at stake on the island, the far island out there. That's where your blind is. Okay? You want to go back to the holding blind? Okay. Mechanics on this test is what I just explained to you. I'm going to explain to you the objectives. Just like this morning, the objectives of this test is from you to show us finish control with your dog coming to the line. We expect your dog to stay with you. Okay? Try to avoid unnecessary commands if you don't need it. Just come out, give us a good walk up here to the bucket, and get yourself set. That'll be done off lead with your dog from that holding blind. Once you get to this portion of the test, we're going to throw out our marks. You've seen it's 3 marks, 1, 2, and 3. We're looking forward, just like we did on land today. For a marking test, proceed directly to the area of the fall, establish a hunt within the area of the fall, pick up the bird and return it to the handler, and deliver to hand. Okay? A blind retrieve is down there at the pole. This is the control part of our test. We're looking for you to, if you can picture an imaginary line from that bucket out to that pole, try to challenge the blind. What do we mean by challenging the blind? You have 3 places that the dog can come every time you give him a command. You're going to try to make progress from where he is to that imaginary line, progress to the exact target, and progress back to you. Sometimes you'll stop the dog and you'll have to say here or toot him in. That's making progress. So he's going where you ask him to go. Okay? So those are the things. We're looking for you to make progress to that line with your cast on the way to the blind, and make progress directly to the blind itself. Once you've done your blind retrieve and your dogs come back, you'll be excused from this portion of the test. Does anybody have any questions on the mechanics or the objectives I just explained for this duck hunt? Okay? This morning, a couple of things we want to clear up. We're blowing our duck calls to hunt ducks. Okay? So, tweet, tweet, isn't going to call. I could barely hear it myself. Give us a few. We're not looking for you to win a duck calling contest, but we'd like to have a little more than tweet. Okay? Control break. Talked about control break again. Anytime you stalk forward progress of your dog headed toward a bird by opening your mouth, you're putting down in our mouth as a control break in our mind. Okay? Creeping. Anytime the dog is past the gun barrel, you must re-heel your dog before you can send it for any retrieve. We'd like for you to do that, but if your dog is past the gun barrel and we don't see you responding, we're going to make it happen. We're going to say re-heel your dog. If you happen to send your dog when you know you should have re-heeled him, it'll be a lot harder to bring him back. So take a look down at your gun barrel. You see where your dog is. If he's sitting fine, that's fine. Okay, Greg.
All right, we'll just go over gun safety again. Didn't have any incidences this morning, so I think we'll be fine this afternoon. This is a safe weapon. Safety is on, breech is open, okay? If we see this gun with the breech closed, safety on, it is a gun safety warning. If we see a breech open, safety off, it is a gun safety warning. You get 2 of those, you're out. okay? If you have multiple dogs, you'll have to find somebody to run the rest of your dogs for you for the rest of the day. When you put the gun back in the stand, please remind us that it is open and safe. It's just kind of a courtesy to the judges, okay? Just let us know that it's safety is on and the breech is open. You know, it doesn't matter what words you use, just let us know. Please remember to aim, track, and shoot at the top of the arc, okay? We didn't see any John Wayne stuff today, but you know, we see it quite often, so remember to get the gun up to your shoulder. By all means, when we say track the bird, follow it to the ground, okay? But do not push the dog with the barrel of the gun, okay? That's not good. And if we ask you to shoot up, please remember to shoot up. That means the dog is out far enough. We don't want to risk any more hearing loss to these dogs, because they get a lot of shots fired over their head. The other thing is, always make sure that this muzzle is pointed in a safe direction, okay? That means not at Paul or myself or any other handlers or dogs, or try to keep it pointed up in the air at all times if we can, all right? Any questions?
Okay, while you're all looking here, our blind platers out there, pick up the duck for me, please. Set it back down. It's right at the bottom of the stake and it's on dry land, okay? So you have an idea what it looks like, and that's where it's at. All right. Let's run a test dog. Have a dog go right.
Heel.
He's got a hide. Yeah, he's sticking out behind it.
You mean the third bird?
There's nothing going on there.
See it.
Really? Just like today on land. All right, guys, we're ready. Throw bird one. Shoot again at bird one. Open your gun, reload 2 shells.
See it.
Did you tell him that part?
Mm-hmm. Throw bird 2. Shoot up in the air and throw bird 3.
Heel. Heel.
Put it back in the rack. That's all right. You're good. It's on the ground. You kicked it out on the ground. Then.
I did that yesterday. Open and see. What I'm doing.
All right. Relax.
Where do you put the empty shot?
Right there.
Mm-hmm.
That's not a nice. I knew you were Italian.
And why you turn my hair was her?
Where do you get that Wilson?
I married it.
Oh.
Judge, is it a continuation sequence? Like if you want to read, you wait for us to read. Well, yeah,
Wait until you reload.
okay.
You load
Even
2.
on land today, when I was
Shoot 2 at
throwing
the
the
first
first
one.
I
I wanted to make sure you're loaded. You'll hear me call for the ball.
Got it.
If you shoot 2, get it loaded when you're ready. You start calling. You have to call for that second.
Got it. That's right.
And you almost jumped on. I want to mention to you again. Try to put the birds in the bucket just to make sure for every other dog handler up there you don't have a lot of bird flies and everything get on the ground.
You don't shoot at the blind, do you?
Nope.
You already did that. That's what your 2 shots were for.
unfortunately, where'd that crossway go? I know.
Doing, Larry? How you doing?
We lost the cross.
I've never done this before. Never shot.
Thinking you're in trouble. It's a good indicator.